On this episode of Tioga County Dairy Tails, we visit Mead Farm in Owego, New York. They're recognized as a century-old farm and one of the larger conventional dairy operations in the county. Their size is a testament to generations of hard work and careful planning. In this video, you'll learn how different things are on a dairy farm when you scale it up like these folks have.
I'm Milton for Mead Farm. This is my wife Cheryl. Granddad come here in 1919 and Uncle Will was here ahead of that, and I'm the fourth generation and Spence will be the fifth, I guess. I milked cows when I was 12, 13 years old. As soon as you get off the school bus, you always went and looked for Dad and Gerald. When I started, I milked 45. And then 3 years later, we went to 120 when I built the new barn and parlor. Then in '07, we moved up above, and that holds 300 or 330. I started in '65. I bought Dad's half, and I was in partnership with my uncle for 3 years. So then I went on my own. We've been married 51 years, and she's the best help I could have had. She's always worked right beside me, and if I needed an extra hand, she was there.
We have a Century Farm Award that we were presented by the state of New York in 1997. The farm had been in the family since 1855.
When I was in high school, the guidance teacher told me I had to take this and that to be able to go to college. I says, if I can just get out of high school, it'd be enough education for me. And he says, what are you gonna do? And I says, be a farmer. He says, oh, you can't make a living farming, but I guess we probably showed him.
Much of the Mead family is involved in the daily operations of the farm. Milton and Cheryl Mead have 4 children and 2 of them work on the farm. Spencer is a business partner set to take over the farm one day, and Tammy works at IBM and still finds time to help out daily. The Meads have 8 grandchildren, many of whom work on the farm. Taylor Mead, Spencer's daughter, is part of the 6th generation of Mead's farm. Both Taylor and her grandmother Cheryl were dairy princesses. Dairy princess programs provide a way to get young women involved in the dairy community and also creates dairy advocates. Dairy princesses represent dairy farmers in their respective states and attend numerous events with the goal of connecting with consumers, speaking at public events and schools. As a slightly larger dairy operation, Meads are considered a CAFO farm, meaning Concentrated Animal Feeding Operation. Whether a farm is a CAFO farm relies on 2 thresholds: how many animals are on the farm and the number of days they're in confinement. CAFO farms have more permits required to run the farm and have to manage their land to a specific standard.
And you have to keep records on how many cows you have, how many young stock, and you also keep records on how much manure is spread, what fields it's spread on, and how far you are away from a diversion ditch, how far away you are from any type of creek, ditch, or watershed area. I know a lot of people think because you're CAFO that you're a big corporation or a big business and everything, but it's pretty much a family farm.
One of the projects they completed was a barnyard project that helps collect manure and keep it away from fresh ground and rainwater. They have a covered barnyard and an uncovered barnyard where the cows can feed and exercise, and the cement curbs around the barnyard keeps manure from running into the ground so the farmer can collect it and spread it on their fields for fertilizer. It is important to note that CAFO standards are designed to help both the environment and the sustainability of the farm so that it can stay in business for many years to come. They have earthen manure storage that gravity feeds into manure spreaders to save fuel pumping the manure into their machinery. And in some of the barns, they have a system that uses pulleys to very slowly clean the barns of waste automatically. It's so slow, the cows can stay in the barn as it does its job, and the cows can easily step over it as it passes. This system pumps the waste into that manure lagoon that you saw earlier for later use.
We have 150 heifers and milking right close to 300 head.
Meads milk 2 times a day, collecting 3,000 gallons. That adds up to just over 1 million gallons per year. For years, almost all Mead's milk went to Crowley in Binghamton, New York, and now it goes primarily to Leprino to be made into mozzarella cheese via DFA, that's Dairy Farmers of America. With over 300 cows in their herd, Mead Farm utilizes a tracking system that the cows wear around their neck.
Our cows have collars on them, which when they come in, it reads their number, and it'll say what they're giving, and it's all computer system, so it tracks how much they're giving, and it also tracks out in the barn when they're active, which means they're in feed. So we know when to breed them, and then we know when we bred them, so that we know when to dry them up, when they're getting close to having calves, and it just keeps it all regulated and organized, so we know each of them and what they're going through.
A larger herd means more baby calves, and Meads showed us how they use a milk replacer to feed their baby cows. It's a combination of whey, protein, fat, calcium, and minerals mixed with water, and it acts as a close substitute to milk. They're fed milk replacer twice a day until they are 2 months old, and then they'll switch to grain and hay and eventually join the milking operation when they're about 15 months old. You made it through another episode of Tioga County Dairy Tails. To find out more about dairy farms in Tioga County, New York, subscribe to this channel. Time to move out of here.